It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege of interviewing the Hope College assistant volleyball coach, Coach Taylor Babec. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Can you talk about how you knew that you want to get started in coaching in college volleyball?
Well, I've always loved the game of volleyball. I started in like fourth grade, so it's always been in my life. And I didn't originally go into college thinking I was going to get into coaching, but around senior year, I really started to get invested in it, and my coach was really pushing me to find opportunities and see if this is something really I wanted to do. And then this opportunity came up to me. So
What was that experience like for you as a collegiate volleyball player going to Illinois Wesleyan?
it was a very fun experience. I really loved my time there, being on the team at Wesleyan. It's a really great program. I made a bunch of friends, lifelong friends. I hang out with some of them just this past weekend. It was just a great experience overall.
How was that experience like for you as a volleyball player getting to put on that jersey and representing?
A lot of pride putting on that jersey, um, representing like a whole town like that, and just that culture and everything that meant to us and the people before us and the people after us. It was just a great experience overall.
What were some of your collegiate accomplishments as a volleyball player?
So in our 2021 season, we won our conference championship, and then we made it to the NCAA tournament that year, and that was like one of my great experiences on the team. It's because we that feeling of winning and knowing that you did your best and you made it to the next level, and the overall culture on the team that pushed us to that next step of postseason. So
For you as a player, what was that experience like going to the NCAA tournament and playing?
it was really cool. I didn't know what we were expecting, especially I didn't know what I was expecting. I was only a sophomore, and COVID was the previous year, so we really didn't have a season. So I was going in blind, not really sure. Some of the other girls, like the upperclassmen, have been to the tournament before, so they knew what they were expecting. But showing up, it was so cool and a great experience and so much fun to hang out with all my teammates and really get into yeah, this is postseason. This is something I want to come back to and strive for the next season and stuff like that.
Coming out of college, what was it like getting into coaching and going to Hope College?
So going to Hope College, when I visited here last spring in my senior year of college, I immediately fell in love with everyone on campus, the campus feel. Even though it was the middle of winter and it was maybe 10 degrees outside, it was still a great experience. And everyone is so sweet. Everyone knows about Hope. I have so many different connections to Hope that I didn't know people knew about it, because most people never have heard of Hope, but then there is so many wide connections of people yes, I love Hope, oh my gosh, I would love to talk about it, or recommending me to Hope, or saying this is a good program and stuff like that. So
What was that feeling like when you became an assistant coach and got to step onto that court for Hope for the first time?
I don't know, it didn't really hit me until a couple weeks after, hey, this is something cool and to celebrate and to be proud of. I was very proud to be I don't really consider myself as a big shot, but I felt like a big shot because I'm on that court with these amazing players, this amazing coaching staff, and just to be a part of that was really cool and have a really successful season last year. Last season was really cool to experience, going to the tournament with them, doing very well, and playing very well. High level we're playing really well against these high level teams. So it was really cool and really amazing.
For you as a coach, what was that experience like going to the tournament versus your time as a player going to the tournament?
It's definitely different. I had more of had a little bit of experience, but it was nothing compared to what we actually did at this Hope season. Actually hosting the regional and like not having to like travel anywhere and like being like the big dog on campus and like having all these amazing teams come to our playing turf and stuff like that was really cool.
What was that experience like getting to host a regional tournament?
What was the experience like
Hmm.
to host it? It was really cool because we could have a bunch of like our fans, like our loyal fans come and watch us play, which was really cool because we do have a very loyal fan base and most of our parents travel wherever we go with us, which is awesome for our players to see their parents there, their friends there. Like on the finals, the whole football team was there after winning their regional. So it was really cool to have that high level volleyball and high stakes, but still having in our house and with all those people there.
What does a typical volleyball match look like for you as a coach versus for your players?
So for a coach, it's nice because we don't have to do too much preparation the day of because we'll be on campus. We don't have to travel. We can get all our stuff done. We do have to set up the net and stuff, but it's kind of fun to set up the net beforehand. And then for the players, they can go to class, which is really nice. They don't have to prepare like way beforehand and tell like their professors, hey, I won't be here. Which is really nice for their stress and to make sure they feel all together. So,
Who are some of the teams in your conference that you compete against?
in our conference, we have Calvin, Albion, Adrian, Olivet. I'm missing some, but those are some of the ones we compete against during our season in our conference.
What is that home game atmosphere like when teams like Adrian comes to home versus going to Calvin?
We definitely get a crowd, especially for Calvin at home. Big rivalry there, and it's very fun atmosphere for that. I love a rivalry game and competing high level against these teams that we have like this long lasting, like way even before our time we're even there, of this rivalry against a team. It just brings out a different mental state and a different type of play. And it really challenges our players and the other players on the side of the court too. And it's a really fun atmosphere when our fans stay, like kind of on the quieter side. Sometimes they can get a little rowdy depending on what's going on. But I kind of love it. I love the rowdiness sometimes. It really brings a different type of competition that you don't usually see at this D3 level. And like going to Calvin too, we still bring our fan base that we can to their place and be like, hey, like we have a fan base too. Let's make this like go crazy. So they're really fun. I love our rivalry matches like that.
What does that recruitment process look like for those prospective student athletes looking to play collegiate volleyball?
So I would say the recruitment process looks different to every player, to every college, wherever you're going, or what division or place you're looking at. It's not straightforward at all. You don't really know what you're doing. Coaches sometimes don't even know what they're doing. There's so many different rules. For D3, it's kind of there's less rules, but there's so many things that people are like left in the dark with because there's not a straight answer for most of them. It's a lot of talking, emailing, sending film, sending volleyball like club schedules so coaches can come see you play and stuff like that.
As a coach, what do you look at in those prospective student athletes when out recruiting?
We're looking for originally like off first look, we're looking at their film and see can they play it at this level? Do they have what it takes? Do they have the technique? Do they have the athletic ability to compete at a high level? Then we're moving on to like when we see them in person, like, are they a good teammate? Do they love the game? Do they have a passion for the game? When they mess up, are they hanging their heads low and letting it affect them? Or they are investing into their teammates and be like, hey, we got the next one. I'll fix these mistakes and stuff like that. And if they're not on the court or if they get subbed out, are they pouting or are they cheering on their teammates? Are they celebrating their teammates when they can't? We're just looking for a good kid who can be coachable and loves the game and it also is committed to their academics as well. that's what we're looking for.
How is it like as a coach getting to see them fall in love with the campus and the volleyball facility? As a coach, how is it like getting to see them fall in love with the campus and the volleyball facility?
It's really like flattering when like a recruit comes on campus and they're like, "Oh, I like it here. I like this campus. This is really cool." Because it kind of means like even though like the campus and the gym is really not like our responsibility and because of us, it's nice to be complimented and to show that they're showing they're interested and that they like it here. Because not every college is going to be a perfect fit for everyone. It's not going to be perfect for both ways. And having that like fit for them, it's really cool to see that they're really interested in your program and your college and they're ready to take that next step. It sometimes it's hard to find players that are interested 100% or like what you have to offer you. So.
As an assistant coach, what is it like seeing those freshmen put on that Hope jersey for the first time?
It's really cool. At first, they're not really part of the team yet because they're still getting oriented, and it's like when you see a freshman on the team, you know they're a freshman because they don't know all the in and outs of our team, the little things we do here and there, and like drills. They're confused because they've never run these drills, but our upperclassmen have run these drills 1,000 times. But then when you see them in that jersey in that first game day, they're like, yeah. Yeah, and it's really sweet to see them really blend into the team and not just being sticking out like a sore thumb, but like they're really in this team and they're really getting that special bond with the team and becoming one and rather than just separate people. It's really cool to see that experience for them because I experienced it myself and it's a really cool thing to do. So.
How is that like getting to see them achieve those first big milestones as freshmen, like first digs, first serves?
We love to celebrate stuff like that. Like we have like little stickers, like record breaking stickers. We had a lot of them this year, so a couple of our freshmen got them. Even though it's like one dig or one block, we're celebrating that.
What is that like getting to see those seniors putting on that jersey for the last time representing Hope College?
We don't really know when the last time is usually for postseason because postseason it's you win, you win, you keep going, you lose, you're done. So you don't really know until after it hits you. Um, but it is very sad to see some of our like the seniors who invested so much into this program, into their teammates, into us, and really gave it their all. And they're finally done, and they're moving on with the rest of their life and finding out what else is they're passionate about besides volleyball.
As a coach, what is it like seeing those players going on and playing in professional volleyball?
It's really cool that volleyball has come this far in the professional world, especially now in the US, which wasn't popular now this year. There's two different leagues, which is really cool. I just went and watched the Grand Rapids Rise play this weekend, which is very cool to think about that they're like on campus at Hope. There's a 30-minute drive to see the pro teams play, and that's very valuable for a player to see that live and to see pros like put in the work and see how good they are and how far they've come, and now we get to see that. So
What has that been like, as you said, with a pro team being just 30 minutes away, seeing your players have that experience of seeing them live and knowing that
I
those
think
dreams could come true?
I think it's very beneficial to see that this sport is more than just what you think of it right now because I think our players sometimes their heads are kind of small, like just this is what's in front of me, this is what it is. But there's a lot more to what you're doing. There's so many different aspects. There's so many different reg leagues, pro leagues, semi-pro leagues. Nowadays, the sport has grown so fast, and to keep their minds open and explore those dreams, those possibilities, it's very good for them. And it kind of keeps them going and define what they're really passionate about. And this is something I really want to do.
How's that like getting to see your players going into coaching like you have?
It's cool. It's like, what did they take from me, or like what did they learn from us about coaching? What is their coaching style? Because everyone's coaching style is going to be a little different, and how they approach it, and what they hold on to the most and what they value most as a coach. But I think it's really cool to see that they like this game so much that they want to continue doing it and coach other players and help the younger generations learn to be passionate and love this sport.
What are some of your future plans for the Hope College volleyball?
Right now, our future plans is to make it to the tournament next year. We are so stoked that we did so well last year and the year previous, that we are so motivated to make it again. We are, every day it's in the back of our mind, I want to get 1% better in the gym. I want to be better at this. I want to do this. I want to put extra reps in. I want to come in early and I want to pass some more. I want to do some serve receive reps. We're just super committed and passionate about next season. Even though it is a couple months away, it is closer than we think it is. Even though we think it's so far away, it's coming, and we're ready, and we're really excited to start our next season and get into it already.
What advice would you give those incoming freshmen entering their first year of college volleyball?
I would absorb everything like a sponge that you can. I know you're kind of have your blinders up because there's so many things, so many new things that are going around, like school, social life, being an adult for the first time by yourself, and then volleyball. Like volleyball is in the fall, and it's really hard to adjust to both at the same time, and just really absorb as much as you can, and but then also enjoy it. Like freshman year's probably going to be like a fun year, but it's going to be a hard adjustment year at the same time. But you really get to learn about yourself and how you fit into the world and how you fit into this new life that you started. Just absorb as much information as you can, but have fun doing it. Don't be so hard on yourself for making mistakes. It's okay. You're born to make mistakes. Just learn from them and see what you can become of that.
What advice would you give those college juniors transitioning into their senior year role in a volleyball program?
Really fine tune your role. Even if it isn't like you're not labeled that captain status, you definitely have a underlying captain status, because you have been on this team for so long, playing or playing not. You know what this culture is. You know what this team is about. Use that to guide the freshmen, the underclassmen, and really use this last year to build up this team and really use all you got on this team and push to the next level. Push your underclassmen, push your teammates into being the best that they can be.
What advice would you give those seniors that have aspirations of playing professional volleyball, whether it's Athletes Unlimited or other professional leagues?
Really, I would say if you haven't pushed yourself to be uncomfortable in like the different state or even a different country, do that. I would say try it out. Like if you stay closer to home for college, I would push yourself out. Really get yourself uncomfortable and learn a different, because in every different state, even in the US, volleyball is going to be a little different. The game's going to be different. How they play it, how their strategies, their plays, and stuff like that. Really push yourself into a different mode and learn more about the game, because there's so many different aspects of the game that you could be missing just because you've been stuck in this one place or been taught by the same people with the same knowledge.
What advice would you give those college volleyball players that have aspirations of getting into coaching after their playing career?
I would say that really find why you're doing it and why are you passionate about it, and learn more about the game rather than just you playing it. Because I think there's a difference between volleyball knowledge of playing it and volleyball knowledge of the game in general. Because there's so many different things that you may not have realized because you were just playing the game and being told what to do. Now you're on the other side telling others what to do. It's really a different mode. So you really have to change your mind from a player's mind to a coach's mind and broaden that mind to find a way to be successful, and it may just not be based on skills at that point.
What advice would you give those future assistant coaches looking to get started in coaching in college volleyball?
College volleyball is very fun. It has that like pride and that culture and that I would do anything for here, and that those rivalries come into play because you're so passionate about this team to win, and you're painting your face at game day, like ready to cheer on your team. It's a different type of ball game of being in a college because you're supporting and you're representing that team at all the time, and it's a really cool experience of changing from you're like the reason people are cheering on, and it's all about you rather than I'm going to do everything I can to make all this about my players and make them look as best as they can on the court and off the court.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you out on social media along with the Hope College Volleyball Program at?
So we're at Hope Volleyball on just about every site. But we're at Hope Volleyball on Instagram, and then we do have a link tree in our bio. So if you are looking for any other different social media sites, they'll be on there. And then I don't really share my social media because I like to keep that private. But you can find me on the Hope Volleyball athletics page under volleyball, and you can find my email there if you are looking to contact me at any point.
Thank you again, Coach Taylor, for your interview, and best of luck in your future at Hope College as the assistant women's volleyball coach.
Thank you.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Instagram and Brandon Sports Talk Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Coach Taylor, for your interview, and best of luck in your future.
Thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.